All righty,
Mr.
okay, thank you very much. All right, so first of all, thanks everyone for your patience. We now have a quorum, so we'll start this Tuesday, July 18th, 2023 meeting of the planning board. It's being held here in person in the town hall and hybrid over Zoom. This meeting is being recorded. It'll be posted and available on the town website. If anybody else is recording, that's totally fine. You're welcome to do so. Just please let us know that you're doing that. Is anybody recording? Take that as a no. All righty, okay. In that case then, moving on with the agenda, 7 o'clock-ish. Town planners report.
Town planners report. Thank you very much,
Yep.
Mr. Acting Chair. I'll go through six quick updates for the board. First, I met with gentleman Dave Belissa. He purchased a property adjacent to the town cemetery, 356 College Highway. I had an opportunity to meet with him on site regarding some outbuildings that he's proposing to construct out there, and we discussed some conservation concerns and dimensional matters under zoning. We are in receipt of a letter from Attorney Michael Fenton, Shasta Swartz and Fenton, related to the Braswell property, 90 Point Grove and 7 Lakeview Street was the adjacent property, essentially behind it, if you will. The last meeting, we processed an A&R that looked to, well, we'll carve out a parcel from the Braswell property. In short, there is a dispute between the party that leases the Braswell and the owner related to their arrangement under that lease. So there was a question asking for us to hold on the release of that A&R. I reviewed that with town council, and although there was no particular rush to push it out the door, we didn't have, if you will, the privilege of withholding that document. I think we all appreciate that the lease matter is a private arrangement we weren't privy to, but there are certainly discussions that have yet to come to a conclusion. So I will share that with board members, the correspondence. Met with Beatrice Sywick regarding an estate lot that she has permitted on Hillside Road. This was permitted probably just as we were going into or just prior to COVID. And so she wanted to discuss the permit lifespan and how that gets extended through the emergency declaration out there. And she's looking to also establish a beginning to her project so that she isn't subject to letting that permit lapse. 79 Point Road, excuse me, no, not Point Road, I wrote that, but it's Mort Vining Road. That's the property of William Smith, Blue Sky Builders, common driveway serving 3 lots. I think we talked about that on several times. The builder came in and shared some information with me in an effort to show that there was acknowledgement by multiple departments that this construction was taking place out there. The request was through town administration was to have town council provide a response, but fundamentally, you know, as far as the board's concerned, our hands are tied under zoning. That common driveway isn't subject to pre-existing non-conforming privileges, and that has led to a bit of a pickle for Mr. Smith at this point in time. Further, the A&R that was endorsed back in 2003 does have language on it, stamped on it, that says, you know, these are not considered buildable lots until all the bylaws of town Southwick are met. And I'm paraphrasing, but just for sake of discussion. So that hopefully will be forthcoming. We were in receipt by copy of correspondence from residents at Noble Steed related to the time frame for improvements at that subdivision, and some concerns over unfinished steps. I did perform a review of the special permit and definitive subdivision approval for that project, just to make sure that I hadn't missed any apparent deadline that was written into those documents. For the sake of our discussion, they are open-ended for timeframes. Although it's worth noting that the developer has reached out separately to conservation, myself, and DPW in the past week. Lastly, town council wanted me to share with the board that we are in receipt of documents to date on summary judgment for the Verizon case. So I will provide board members with a hard copy if you wish, or I can provide you with a link and you can browse those documents yourselves.
So they gave us a judgment? Is what you just said?
No, I'm going to refer to this, and this is the quote language, documents to date on the summary judgment. So I believe nothing has come to a point of conclusion, if that's the question. How's that for 6 items?
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
Excellent.
Onward with business.
Onward we go. All right. Unlock my phone, so I get the agenda again.
Sorry.
But next, that's all right.
But it's.
Exactly. Fair enough. Next, public comments, 7:02. Anybody in the public have any comments that is not on the agenda?
I see none.
I don't see any either. Alrighty, therefore we'll move on to the next topic. Discussion, open meeting law complaint and acknowledge the receipt. So we are in receipt, yes, of open
Yes.
meeting law complaint.
An initial complaint filed on June 29th,
Mhm.
and then a revised complaint filed the day following.
Right. And so for the requirements, we're now distributing these to everybody, right? So everybody has hard copies thereof. Can we send one to Hutzinger and Mike electronically, or?
I know Mr. Doherty does have his copy, but I'll make sure Mr.
Okay.
Singer has his electronic.
Alrighty. Okay. I guess the next thing we just need to talk about is our response, or,
I think all that we're looking to manage this evening is the assignment of the responsibility
Yep.
To respond.
okay, which, I think we're talking about town council and with the, the assistance of and Mike and myself working together on that, because the suggestion.
That's the suggestion.
Yep.
Mr. Doherty has indicated he'd like to participate, but he may not be available. So in your role as vice chair,
Yeah,
that'd be greatly appreciated.
yep, carry on, all right. So we need a motion, I presume, or,
Yes.
all right, so therefore, do I hear a motion for properly for town council to prepare a response with Mike and I assisting and coordinating as required?
So moved. Second,
May I throw the
Yes.
discussion item as
Absolutely.
staff and we may discuss amongst
Mhm.
themselves? If that discussion, the response will come from your roles.
Yep.
But with assistance through.
Okay,
town
if
council.
we need to clarify that, yep, sure, all right, so just to clarify,
so
yep,
moved.
so moved,
Seconded.
second, do a roll call vote, Dave Spina, aye.
David Sutton, aye.
Jessica Thornton, I.
All right,
Thank you very much.
excellent, thank you. Is there
So for
anything
this,
else-
did I
is there
throw
anything
you-
else we need to do with that? No, I think-
No, not at this moment.
Okay. Any other comments, questions from the board?
This time.
None.
Nope. Any comments or questions from town officials? Any comments or questions from the public? All righty,
That'll be it.
cool, so bit.
Any further, I don't recall if I had opportunities for discussion. on it.
Other items here, just routine business for any board member comments. Any other comments or routine business we need to talk about?
No, sir.
No,
It'll
sir.
hold till next time if necessary.
Fantastic.
So be it.
Yep. All right, in that case then. Our next meeting is the 25th.
25th, yes.
All right. Mr. Sutton,
25th, you can't have a meeting on 25th, that's my birthday.
I'm
fantastic.
I'm excited to share your
I am
birthday.
thrilled that we get to spend
Good
your
thing you-
birthday and possibly even into the next day. depending on-
It's a good- like,
Yeah. All right,
when you texted me, my phone was sending music to my box inside the shop,
Mhm.
and it shut it off. I'm like, what the hell's that? Well, oh shit, it's at that time already?
nice.
Sorry, I
All right,
apologize.
excellent. Okay. Like I said, I think unless there's other things we need to talk about,
I make a motion to close the meeting.
fantastic.
I'll second it.
All days in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Beautiful.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, everybody on the line.